Okay, today I'm testing out this smart air pump from AIRMOTO, which they sent me. It is one of the wireless cordless air pumps, so it's rechargeable. I have taken this out of the box and recharged it overnight to make sure it's completely charged, and put it back in the box so you can see what it looks like inside the packaging. It's pretty nicely wrapped, actually. Instructions. There's a nice carry bag with it that is... Most things that you get usually have a crappy bag. This is actually fairly thick and kind of almost rubbery feeling, but it's thicker than most of the stuff that you're going to get. Inside the package there's a USB-C charger to USB, so it charges from a USB charger, and it is a USB-C connection in case you lose this cord ever. There's a ball pump and a couple little adapters for other things, and then we'll get to the unit itself. Let's get this out of the way. So here's the pump. The reason I'm in the garage at the beginning is because it's too light outside. You can read this in bright sunlight, but it's not going to show up on camera very well. Push the power button. Oops, hold it for 3 seconds to turn it on. And now up here at the top button, you can change between kilopascal or kpsi, psi, and bar. So I'm going to use psi. That's the current setting that it's at. See, that's car 35.5. I believe that's truck or bicycle. No, it's motorcycle, sorry. Is at 40. Bicycle. There's a ball. And these presets, you can change them to whatever you want. So you put it on ball and then you can change it back and forth. And then there's a custom user one, which I've set at 34.5, which is what I'm going to try on my ML. I've completely deflated the tire. Not completely, I've taken it down to 10 psi because I don't want my rim sitting on a deflated tire with 5,000 pounds of car on top of it. So again, car, motorcycle, bicycle, ball, custom. And these are preset from the factory, and you can change all of them at any time. And on the top here is the hose storage, and that simply screws in here. That little red circle means that air is going to get hot while it's being used. There's an LED light on there for nighttime. How do I turn that on? There is a way. I don't know how you do it. Press and hold. I'll have to check the instruction manual. I'm a guy. We don't usually use these things. So this will also take the pressure of your car, but it will automatically pump it to whatever you've set it from. So we're going to take this out and hook it up to the car and take a look. Here's how you turn it on. Off. Turn the entire thing off. Hold for 3 seconds. 3 seconds again. Back on. I'd like to know how the LED turns on. I'm going to have to check the instructions. So anyway, I'm going to go over to the car, make sure the tire's deflated, and we'll check this out and see if it can pump up an entire SUV tire. Back in a sec. Okay, people, the instruction manual is your friend. Top button, long press on, long press off. Let's go pump up the tire. Okay, so I've let most of the air out of the ML tire. Again, I've got around 10 psi, as you can see on the gauge here. Again, I don't want it the rim sitting on a deflated tire just to do a test. So we're going to turn the unit on and then plug it in, or screw it in, and it will read the tire pressure. Let's see how close it is to the same gauge. So that's reading the pressure at 12, if you can read that. See, the top one is the current pressure. Bottom one is what we want. And now we just simply hit the button. is a big tire. This is a big tire. It might take a few minutes, so I'm going to time this, and we're going to see how long it takes to do. It is right now 19 minutes after, so let's do this. Oh, there we go. So 34.5, it's up there. The battery gauge has gone down quite a bit, and to be quite honest, this is a big tire. So let's check. I don't have any feeling in my fingertips much, so let's go Fahrenheit. Oops. Put the dot on and go Fahrenheit. I'll check that connector. 120, 130. Back of my finger, it's not really hot. Well, again, I have no feeling in my fingers. Oh, Celsius, Fahrenheit. So about 130 in Celsius. 60, maybe a little over 60. And that took, well, about 22 minutes. Then again, this is a very small air compressor, and this is a very large tire. And to be fair to the company, it doesn't, it's now in the red zone. This is a very big tire, and it does not have a truck setting on here. It has a car setting. So most cars would use a lot less air. The pressure is not what matters, it's the amount of air. This pumped a lot of air in that amount of time. So this button on the side is a pressure release. So you can release pressure. Pretty cool, huh? So if it, apparently it stopped on its own just above, a little above 34.5, and it's probably to allow for the little bit of air that escapes when you undo it. I find that impressive. It's a big tire. You know what? Let's set this as high as, well, let's set it to 50. It's not going to last to 50, the battery, but let's see how high it does pump this tire. Hook it back up. We'll turn it back on. Okay. And we will figure out how high it can pump it. Okay, the battery just shut itself off, and we're at 38.5, 39 pounds. Take this down where it should be, which is 35. Oh, 34.5. And that was about half an hour that it ran continuously, which is not bad whatsoever. What do you expect out of something this small? And for most car tires, this is going to be more than acceptable. Pumping up a ball, pumping up a bicycle tire, pumping up a motorcycle tire. Yeah, impressive. This thing is going in my trunk for sure. 34.5. And again, the light is still showing that there's a little bit of battery in it. Of course, it's going to shut itself off to protect the battery. Nothing melted. Nothing broke. This is not too hot to touch. Again, I have no feeling in my hands, but my fingertips, but the back of my hands are kind of normal. Cool. Yeah, AIRMOTO. I'd recommend it. I mean, I've only used it once, but that is impressive that it could take a an SUV tire this big. Took it from 12 pounds to 30, was it 39? So yeah, not bad, 27 PSI in a giant tire. Completely different. If we did it on the smart car, it would have probably been done in 5 minutes. Anyway, again, it's volume of air, not air pressure. The pressure isn't what matters, it's how much volume this thing pumped. And it pumped continuously for about 30 minutes, which is pretty good. Thank you very much for watching. Check in the description below and see where to buy it. I don't make any money off of these things. I just get sent products to test, and I'll tell you the truth if I like it or not. And this seemed to pass the test. So again, pretty cool. Thank you for watching.